Um, Jim, why don't you explain to us just what time this happened and what the flight number was, if you can? Let's just get some of those details out of the way first.
Well, you know, it was our EAS airplane, the Cessna 402, that went off the end of the runway. And what it is our air carrier that's here with Cape Air came in eastbound on runway 725 and proceeded off the end of the runway because of the conditions and the other factors that we'll determine in the next few days.
Conditions. I heard one of the passengers saying it was basically ice out there. What are the conditions? You were out there.
We're still looking at the runway. We know that a few minutes just before the plane landed there, we had what we call the lake effect storm that put about a half an inch of snow on the runway.
How many times your crew's out clearing, and how many plows do we have clearing the runway at any given time during a storm like this?
We're constantly out there. So as the plane was landing, we were working on other parts of the airfield. So the crews are out there constantly. So it's just a matter that the plane happened to land when there was about a half an inch of snow on the runway, and we would have proceeded to continue with that afterwards.
Is there a system in place for people on the ground here to make a decision as to whether planes should land or not?
Absolutely, but that's based on a few minutes even before the pilot lands. It makes it very difficult that we can't be there the minute before a plane lands. So they know the conditions of the airfield, they know the conditions of the area here, and we have every precaution in place.
There was no indication that the plane shouldn't land?
None whatsoever. So we're still investigating. We'll take a closer look at that in the next few days and make a determination then.
Were you able to talk to the pilot or any of the passengers? What did they have to say?
No, I wasn't. We just wanted to make sure everyone was safe and make sure everything was secure, and we'll proceed with that with further investigation.
Jim, are you saying that the airplane didn't go off the side of the runway but just kept going beyond where it should have stopped?
That's correct, and thank goodness we do. What we have is what we call is a safety area. Beyond the end of the runway, there's an area that is cleared in case things like this happen, and proceeding into a safety area which helps keep everyone safe in a condition like this.
What is the status of the airport right now? Open, closed?
Actually, the status is closed. At the present time, we have a secondary runway which will proceed to open so we can have further flights in here later today.
So this particular runway where this happened is closed, but the other runway, the second runway, is open for private?
Actually, at the present time, the airport is closed, but it'll be open in about an hour and a half. We want to make sure everything is clear. As you see, there's another lake effect storm right now, so we'll clear the runway again, and we'll be open in about an hour and a half.
Plane's still out there. FAA's on their way. Can you tell us a little bit more about how this is going to go with the FAA?
We've been requested to keep the plane right where it is, and that's what we'll do, and we're going to pick it up in the morning and take a closer look at what happened, and they'll be here in the morning also.
Do you expect there to be flights coming in and out in the morning?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, we're expecting a flight possibly later tonight using our secondary runway. So there's no safety concerns at the present time.
Is this something that happens often with the snow and having difficulty landing, I guess?
Not really. We know there are procedures in place, and what we try to do is keep the area and the runway as safe as possible, and we expect we'll be back in business in normal conditions here in the next couple of days.
Hearing anything from your crews? I mean, you know, they say it just keeps piling up, the snow. Is this one just really hard to keep up with, this storm, as far as keeping the runways clear?
No, it isn't. It's business as usual here at the airport, just like the roadways and the highway department. So we expect that we'll have everything cleared in the next couple hours.
Is the plane damaged?
Yes, it is. To the extent I can't tell you because I really don't know. So, but they'll take further investigation.
Propellers, could you tell?
Actually, it looks like possibly one propeller might have been damaged, but other than that, very difficult to tell.